Hello there, Cancer. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are asking Spirit, what is your soul's purpose? So we'll be taking a look at, one of the big lessons that you are learning, perhaps at this time or over your entire lifetime. And then we'll take a look at how your gifts and talents can be used in the collective to help the world heal or to bring some type of loving energy to the collective. So we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to first take a look at the animal spirit that is on this path with you in order to help guide you, to give you the confidence to explore your gifts and talents and how they can be shared with the world. Scarab beetle spirit, magic works through you. So Cancer, understanding that your magic really works through you, that you have this within you. It's a little bit of the magician energy here for me, understanding that you have everything that you need in order to create the world that you want for yourself as well as your family and even beyond. So, that means your community, your country, or even globally. The energy of understanding that you don't really need anything from anyone else. That you have everything that you need within you. Now, we all have that magician energy within us. Sometimes it lies dormant for a long time. But I feel like this message is coming out to you because at this time you may be thinking that there's something that you don't have at this time that you need in order for the magic to happen in your life. And Spirit's saying, no, you already have it. You may not have awakened to it yet or realized it yet, or you may be even resisting it, okay? But you have everything that you need to manifest what it is that you want in your life. Journeying by moonlight, believe in magic. My goodness, Cancer, both of these cards are talking about your magic, about believing in your own magic, believing, having confidence, knowing that you can create the world that you are trying to create. And, journey by moonlight means that you're not going to see the entire path all at once. You're traveling a little bit in the dark, especially right now on your path. You may feel like you don't have the clarity that you're really seeking. But Spirit is saying, no, you don't need to see the clarity. It's about just taking one step at a time, realizing that with every step you take, you are going to illuminate another part of the path in front of you. And every step you take helps you to step more and more into your magic. Wow. Okay, so let's see what your Moonology card is. We just had that full moon in Scorpio and the lunar eclipse. We're still in a Mercury retrograde. There has been a lot of emotions, and over the course of the last week or so, you may have felt, like a lot of those emotions coming up. Trying to release some pain or emotions to help find the clarity that you're seeking. So what do we have here? A time for healing. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like, with this full moon in Scorpio, we're still going to feel that for a couple more days. The Mercury retrograde, we have a Pluto retrograde. There's this energy of understanding that when these feelings come up, and, they could be painful at times. It's just about recognizing the pain, the fear, the anger, the resentment. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily act on it. It's acknowledging it. Just by recognizing it, accepting it, you are healing it. I feel like you're thinking that there's more to it. It's almost a sense of there's got to be more to it. It can't be that I already have everything I need. It's kind of like I need this secret potion or the magic spell or something. And Spirit's saying, no, you already have it, Cancer. You're okay. But I really feel like you have this sense of, I don't have all the answers yet, or I don't have the special tool that I'm supposed to have. It's almost like you're searching for something that you already have. It's okay. They're saying it's kind of like searching for your car keys. You think your car keys are missing, right? You've misplaced them somewhere, and you're searching the entire house and the car, and you got the whole family looking for the keys and everything. And then all of a sudden you realize they're in your back pocket. The whole time you've been searching, the keys have been in your back pocket. And that's what Spirit is saying, is that you already have the keys, the magic spell, the magic one, whatever it is that you're thinking that you need. You already have the clarity, the skills, the talent, to do this. So this is your soul's purpose, is learning how to build strong relationships that bring you true happiness. So, this is kind of interesting because you have two cards dropping here. I feel as if there's this energy that you may have had relationships at one time that you felt were your 10 of cups, everything that you wanted, but they didn't have a strong foundation, so they didn't last. Or you may have put a lot of time and energy into building something that you thought might end up being your 10 of cups, but then you realize that's not what you really wanted. It's about putting both of these together. I feel like that's part of why you have this kind of like confusion right now, because you put a lot of time and energy into, I really feel like relationships. It could be career, but I feel like this is relationships, building a life that you really and truly want. It could be that you have been able to build a career that you really enjoy, but you don't have the family life that you'd like, or vice versa. It's like you can't get it all to work. And I feel like that is part of the reason why you may feel, especially at this time, like you're missing something. Like, okay, I got my career to work, but then my marriage fell apart. Or I got my marriage really good, my family life really good, and then I lost my job because I wasn't spending enough time or energy on it, right? So that's a difficult energy. And Spirit is like, I think you're looking for the magic answer. How do I have all of it? I want all of the career. I want all of the family life. I want my health. I want it all. It's kind of like this energy of, I want this magical life, but I can't get it all to work at the same time. There's something about building strong foundations, understanding that there is something to following your heart, but when you follow your heart, you also have to build a strong foundation. You have to put time and energy into making sure that the foundation of a relationship, a job, a career, a business, a dream of yours is stable before you count on it being your 10 of cups. So let's see what your obstacle is. No place like home. A loyal heart. Cancer, you've had this energy for some time. I'm not surprised this is coming out. The problem is, the message I'm getting here, this is very much Virgo energy. It's about going within and understanding that it is the day-to-day things that help to make the things, to build the strong foundation. For whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, that you're dreaming into reality. So, for instance, let's take exercising, right? Something that I know I struggle with. I don't know about you, Cancer, but if I'm wanting to get in better shape, right? I know the things that I need to do in order to be healthier, to be in better shape. The problem is doing it on a daily basis, right? I can be really good at it for like a week or maybe even 2 weeks, right? And then somewhere along the way, the motivation dies and I go back to the old routines, right? Of not exercising or just doing it like 3 times a week instead of every day. And that is one of the things that you're being asked to do, is to to embrace this Virgo energy of understanding that structure in your life, of really taking a good look. What is truly important to you in your life? And then making sure that, like, on a day-to-day basis, you are taking care of it, nurturing it. If it's your relationships, you're taking care of, you're checking in, you're caring for, you're nurturing the relationships in your life that you really want to have in your life. Same thing with your job, that you put your time and effort into your job every single day. It's about committing to yourself and committing to the things that are important to you every single day. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go on vacation or, whatever, but there is something there about making it as part of your routine. So they're bringing me back to this, the time for healing. Going within, taking a look at how are you committing to those things in your life that really mean a lot to you. And making sure that you are, working on them every single day in some way, so that things don't get out of whack and then you have to go and heal them. It's about just caring for those things a little bit every single day goes a long way. I used to be one of these people, I really don't like to clean my house. I'm pretty good at keeping it picked up, but, cleaning, I just, not one of my things. So, I would always convince myself, well, I could clean for, 3 hours a week or something. I'll pick one day or one evening and I'll, clean that, for 3 hours and get the house, pretty clean. Then just keep it picked up the rest of the time. But then I always found an excuse not to clean those 3 hours. So then I had a good friend and her house is like always clean. And I was like, how do you do it? And she said, I clean one room a day. She said, I figured out it was the only way I could do it. So instead of, she said, I pick up the kitchen or something every day, but every single day I clean one room. And then she had like one day a week off or something. So I tried that, and you know what? It was so much easier. I found that it was less overwhelming if I only had to clean one room. And the fact is that I was cleaning the rooms on a much more regular basis, so they weren't really that as dirty, It's about the routine. It's about finding the routines that will help you in order to take care of the things that are truly important to you. Okay, now let's get into, to me, this is kind of the fun part. We're going to take a look at your light attributes and your shadow attributes in the soul's purpose of learning how to take better care of or nurture those things that are important to you so that you have a strong foundation in them. Now, Cancer, I want to say we all have light and shadow attributes. The light is based on our soul's purpose, the gifts, the talents that we have in order to walk our soul's path. The shadow is the lessons or the pain that we are overcoming while we're walking our path. So, even though I feel like a lot of times the word shadow is a little bit daunting or seems, evil or bad or something in some way, it really isn't. It's about, when we look at our shadow side, it is because of the pain that we have been through. Okay, so let's take a look at your overall light and shadow. You have the gambler. So the light attribute is willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Okay, so, to me, that means that you're willing to take a risk. You're willing to go on, new adventures, right? Even if everybody around you is saying, what are you doing? And then the shadow is relying on luck rather than hard work. Okay, so that plays right into this, right? Because this is the hard work, I actually have a Virgo North Node. It is daunting. It is daunting. I have a son that is a Virgo, and he is very, he can be very regimented, very routine, I try to embrace that. That is part of my North Node, is trying to embrace having the routines, doing the hard work, not just relying on luck, in order to have these strong foundations in your life, in your relationships, in your career. Really interesting energy there. So let's take first a look at your gifts, your talents, your strengths, your light attributes on your soul's path. Expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. So it's the artist. So you could be, a painter, a writer, a comedian, a musician. There's ways that you can help other people to see things in something beyond our five senses because of the art that you create. It is really interesting that, art is something that we really channel from spirit, and we bring into the 3D. But the art is also about how we can express love and light. So that is your light attribute. This is your gift, your talent. If you find that you're a really good writer or an artist or a musician, a comedian, that this is how you can express your love and light to the world in order to help others to also build, right, strong relationships, strong careers, going after what it is that you really want to manifest in this world, and being able to, and willing to put the hard work in to getting it. All right, now the shadow side. Now remember, this is coming from, wounds to your inner child. It could be past karma from past lives. This is, indicative of what you are trying to heal while you're walking in your soul's path and expressing yourself, encouraging others to express their love and light through your artistic abilities. You have the trickster, manipulating others through duplicity. Okay, so it's a little bit of being two-faced, manipulating other people by playing on their emotions, or saying one thing but really meaning another. You could take a look at this. This is not going to resonate with everybody, but take a look at where you may have tried to manipulate people in some way in your relationships, your career, where you may have made promises that you didn't keep. Or you may tell people what they want to hear, just so that they'll stay around for a little bit longer. A little bit of taking advantage of people just in order to make sure that your world is staying together. Not necessarily being truthful, hiding some of what you really feel or what you're really doing. Interesting energy there, I think, especially since we have the gambler here, relying on luck rather than hard work. Trying to, talk people into agreeing with you, going your way, doing things for you, so that you're relying on, the good nature of other people or on luck instead of putting in the hard work, the Virgo energy. Okay. So that now let's go to the tarot and see how this may be playing out in your life at this time. It's interesting because I think it was Scorpio, had somewhat of a not these same cards, but somewhat of a similar energy. There is, Cancer, you need to be compassionate with yourself if you're seeing this, like you're listening to this message and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I do that. Be compassionate with yourself, because it's about asking yourself why you are perhaps relying on luck or trying to manipulate others in order to get your way. Asking yourself why. Because that's how we can heal this. We can, move this energy out. Because when we take a look at why we are doing that, a lot of times it's probably because of your fear of what it is that you want in your life falling apart, right? So it's out of kind of like a good nature, because what you're trying to do is just protect yourself or protect your family or protect your whatever you have built, your business, your career. So you're doing it out of a sense of maybe protection, because maybe at one point, maybe when you were a child or something, your whole world came crumbling down. So now it's like you're going to, no matter what, at all costs, you're going to keep your world together. And Spirit's just saying the antidote to this is just putting in the hard work, of realizing, okay, if this is what I want to keep in my life, then I have to do the work every day to keep it in shape. They're showing me like a very well manicured garden, like a beautiful garden with hedges, like green hedges and beautiful flowers and everything. And a large garden. If you want that in your life, you can't think that you can just go out there one day a week and, deadhead a couple of flowers and trim a couple of bushes and it's going to stay that way. It takes a lot of work to keep a well manicured garden looking wonderful all the time, right? It's a daily thing of going out there and deadheading the flowers and trimming the bushes and cutting the grass and, fertilizing or checking for, insects, that type of thing. It's a constant work. But if it's something that you really love, if it's coming from your heart, this is the 10 of Cups. This is something that you truly, truly want. Spirit's saying to you, it is going to be worth the work. It's almost a sense of, yes, I want this, but I don't necessarily want to do all of the work. I'm willing to do some work, but, and Spirit's saying there's something you're going to gain. And I feel like we'll come through this with the tarot. There's something, they're wanting to talk. There's something that you're going to gain by doing the work. There's something else that you're going to gain other than just this strong foundation in your 10 of Cups. I feel like there's something bigger than that. So let's see what we have here. Oh, interesting. 6 of Cups. Okay, so this is, I really feel there's something about childhood here or something like that. Yeah, conflict. Understanding, that... Okay, the message I'm getting is that you can do it all on your own, but the energy here is learning how to work with others in order to create the life that you truly want. Wow. Okay, so I'm kind of understanding this then. It's kind of like working with the others in order to build it. Making sure that you're doing your fair share of the work. If you're working in a group or, with a family setting, it's kind of like, you may feel a little bit like I'll just do this on my own. There is something about knowing that you can rely on yourself, that you have all the magic in yourself in order to create the world that you want. But there's also something about working with others, overcoming conflict, perhaps even in a family setting or, a group of people that really mean a lot to you because you have a loyal heart here. Understanding that, when you have conflict in a situation that involves, love or your work, something like that, that it is worth putting time and energy into this every single day because there is a hidden treasure in these relationships. Really interesting because you have a lot of page energy. I feel like you're on like a new path here. Just starting out, understanding all of this. So the Page of Pentacles is learning something new. Learning, Look, she's actually growing a flower, right? Like putting the work in. She has her watering can there and she's like, deadheading the flowers or whatever. She's working on the bloom, maybe picking off insects or something, nurturing it. That there is a lesson in the nurturing. I feel like for a lot of you, the nurturing part of this goes back to needing to nurture yourself, kind of mother yourself a little bit. Understanding that in all of this energy of trying to maybe make things work for yourself, right? The Nine of Pentacles is the single lady card. Gender doesn't matter, but I can do it on my own, right? What you're understanding is that you can do it on your own, but there's more fun when you do it with others. Wow. That more, that you can build more, you can have more when you include the energies of others instead of maybe trying to control them, manipulate them, get what it is that you want out of them. So let me go ahead and clarify this. Page of Pentacles, what you're learning at this time. It's kind of like you're just starting out on this journey. Yeah. The Lovers, okay? Gemini energy, but it doesn't have to be Gemini. It's about making choices, I'm hearing, that are good for the good of all. Where your focus may have been before just the good of yourself, of trying to kind of in a way get your way. That there was conflict. Understanding that the conflict, the drama, the gossip, comes when it's like the everyone doesn't get together, doesn't belong. Some people feel left out or something like that. It's about bringing people together. Bringing people together in order to celebrate the love, to celebrate the strong foundation of understanding that it's something, you're building something here, Cancer, and I feel like it's going to be a bigger part of something else down your path. It's this energy of learning how to have people work together. Instead of maybe pitting people against each other. See how that might resonate in your, in one area of your life or in other areas of life, or you could find yourself in situations where people feel, you have even felt, a little bit pitted or competition. Like, let's get together, let's get along instead of let's compete against each other. You may have in the past had issues with trying to, compete at work. You may be in a very high competitive field with your career. So you always feel like you're being compared or judged to others. And then that could sometimes play out also into your relationships or into other sectors of your life. There's something about looking at this, about understanding. You're learning with the Page of Pentacles. Your lesson right now is about learning how life is a lot better, a lot happier, a lot stronger when you are getting along with people, helping people to get along with each other. It's almost like you're being called to be a peacemaker instead of a pot stirrer. Yeah. And that won't resonate with everyone, it won't. But there is something about, they just said, Cancer, you're a lover, not a hater. Yeah, so you could have gone through a period of your life, maybe over, the last 7 or 8 years. I see a lot of that. 7, 8, 10 years, where, you kind of had these difficult Well, actually, I have a 5 in everything. So I'm going to say maybe the last 5 years where you just basically have, you know, had issues, competition, you know, yeah, just conflict in a lot of areas of your life, you know. Uh, but this is to help open you up to your soul's path of being a lover and not a hater. Yeah, of sharing your love. Yeah. Okay, 5 of Cups. So there's a little bit of looking at what you've lost instead of what you're gaining. So every situation helps us to learn to see what it is that we are gaining, even when we lose something. It's kind of like, I feel like you've lost a competition, or you've lost, you know, favor or something like that. Like you may feel like you're on the outs. And so what you may be doing, right, is cutting other people out of your life, or not giving other people a break, or perhaps even trying to get your way in certain situations instead of giving this past situation a lot of love. It's about you're learning how to love in a situation instead of like, okay, I don't know, do I love them or do I hate them? It's like, love them. The message here is to, you know, detach yourself from certain outcomes, from the way that you think people ought to react or to behave, or how they're supposed to love or show their love. There's there's some situation where you're attached to, perhaps, yeah, here's the 2 of Cups. Wow. Temperance. Learning how to, your calling here is really important, because I feel like you're becoming a true peacemaker. Understanding that you have the magic within you to get people to work together when you detach yourself from the outcome. So in the past, you may have been able to, you know, you could be a leader at work or a leader within your family or something like that. But you were attached to a certain outcome, like things had to kind of go your way. Or else you may have said, oh, well, then I'm out of here, or I'm not doing this way anymore. But what you're walking away from is an opportunity, okay, to bring a lot of love into your own life. It's when you are choosing not to love the people in a certain situation that that is when you lose your magic. That's when you lose your magic. Really interesting. We have the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, taking action in the relationships that are closest to you. I really feel like this is a relationship type of energy, family type, lots of family energy here. But it could also play out in your work sector. You know, if you feel like a lot of competition at work, it's about loving the people that you feel like you're competing against, understanding that there is enough for everyone. You know, you may have an all or nothing type of attitude when it comes to your relationships. You know, that they either love you or they don't. You know, well, they do love you, Cancer, right? You may not always like the way they show their love, but they do love you. So it's, you know, it's detaching yourself from the way that the people around you are supposed to behave, and understand that they're on their own soul's path, right? They're working through their own lessons. It's a little bit about, you know, tending to your own fires, tending to your own house, tending to you and your soul's path, and not quite putting so much emphasis on what everybody else is doing and how they're doing it, and, you know, a little bit of judging how they're doing it. yeah, that the healing kind of starts with you looking at how, what you are doing, you know, the hard work, you know, looking at, am I trying to, you know, be a little, I don't want to say slack, but, you know, am I putting the hard work into doing my own healing so that I can help the other people I'm in contact with also heal? Or am I focusing on how, you know, what I have lost in these situations, you know, the conflict? Really interesting because, yeah, strength, knowing that you have the strength to do this. You know, this is interesting, Cancer, because I feel like you may feel like you've been on a long path here, but this is like a new cycle within a longer cycle. It's when you step into this energy of expressing your love to these people, whoever they are. There's also a sense, there could be a King of Pentacles in your life. This is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, lots of strong Virgo energy here, but it's somebody that is in your, it could be a boss, it could be a father, it could be, you know, somebody in your, it could be a spouse. It's somebody in your life that you feel is, you know, a King of Pentacles is a grounded energy, but is really focused on money. There's a sense of understanding that this person, you know, maybe is not able to express their feelings. It's about being able to express your feelings to this person, your true feelings, not in a way to try to manipulate them to express their feelings about something, but just expressing your feelings to express your feelings. For some of you, there's even a little bit of wanting forgiveness from this person or wanting to forgive this person for something so that you can move on. There's something from the past that you need to heal. This could be an employer, you know, father. I'm getting a strong male energy here, but it doesn't have to be. But somebody that I feel, you know, you may feel as if this person didn't give you something that you needed or truly wanted. That this person may have prevented you from something that you wanted in your life. Something that was, you know, really close to your heart. So let's go ahead. Let's get your soul's truth card here. Yeah, healing, for some reason, healing that situation will help you to heal in other areas. All right, how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? Okay, so here it is. This is about loving yourself on a daily basis, giving yourself compassion every single day. Also giving compassion to those that are in your life. Understanding everybody's on their own soul path. And, you know, we have to be compassionate. You know, not everybody is at the same level of self-awareness or, you know, enlightenment. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is complete. So choose one self-care action to do today. And it's about setting stronger boundaries, saying yes to something you're afraid of, let go of what you cannot control, stay far away from drama and negativity. Yeah. And, you know, do you play into the office politics or the family politics? Do you jump into that? Are you, you know, the pot stirrer? Yeah, really interesting energy there. And, you know, I feel like you do have a loyal heart. You know, this could be this King of Pentacles. It could be somebody else in your life. Somebody that is really helping to open your heart to seeing this situation and how it plays out in your soul's purpose. Okay, creativity. Now, here we go with the artist, right? This is right up into your, you know, your strengths, your light attributes. We, your angelic messengers, are here to help unleash the endless creative potential that you possess. Listen to the whispers of love inside your heart as we communicate with you through feeling and emotion. Let go of fear and apprehension and express the endless source of creativity you possess. Have fun and allow the inner child within you to express your true essence. All is valid. I really feel like it is something about, you may feel as if the way that you create or what you create or what you're trying to portray in the world, your playfulness, that fun loving side of you, that for some reason it's not being celebrated, it's being criticized, or it was at some time in the past. You could feel like, I have to make money instead of being the creative soul that you are. So really interesting message there, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I also do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. And please do have self-love and compassion. As you're working through this, I feel like right now you are working through something kind of big. So have compassion with yourself. Understand that this is part of your journey. That you're being asked, to rely on yourself, on your own hard work in order to create what you can create to help increase the love and light in the world. So I'll leave it there. Much love and light to you, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.